Paint the picture out at sea. A black existence blackened me. Skim the ripple, feel the breeze. Nature's art outlasts the free millennium. We're cherished in the scum. The conscience of the mind in space that you and I become. The wonders of the world are dots in space unturned. Perceived by lighting complex eyes, a world the way to gold. Float from the distant shore, through uncharted realms before. The moment is here and you'll see it, see it. Float from the distant shore. The moment is here and you'll see it, see it. Soft rising sun, never answer to anyone. Painted like the day's begun.
My name is Carl Kozak, and I'm proud and honored to serve as chair of NDACT, the North Dufferin Agricultural Community Task Force. You can't forget that the community welcomed them when they came in here saying we want to be potato farmers. Nobody argued, be potato farmers. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Gotta run, gotta run away.
I might be a poor cattle rancher, It's just wrong on every level you think about. This land should only do one thing, and that is what people have been working on for 150 years, and that is feed other people. Not okay. These are Brussels sprouts. 35 acres, I think, of Brussels sprouts he grew. This limestone holds the water under the soil and wicks it up when necessary, and yet they can get 3 inches of rain and the next day they're out there working because it also facilitates it moving away so quickly. It's very strange.
When we have an area that is working well with the combination of climate, drainage, and the soil is good for growing crops, that's a resource to be treasured and to be maintained if at all possible.
Here's a huge corporation funded by big bucks with lots of lawyers and consultants, and they're going to wash you over with 3,100 pages of application. You just have to challenge decision makers to apply some common sense to the way they think. It just takes a lot of effort to maintain what we're doing. We're all connected because we need roads, we get that. The land is worth protecting more so than the money it would yield me in a one-time sale for one-time use. The one-time use being taking the aggregate out. There are ponds here and old fish hatcheries. There's really good water here. to put the control of 600 million liters of water into the hands of a foreign or otherwise profit-oriented entity is not the right thing to do. End of story. It is not the right thing to do. Therefore, there will never be support for any size of under-the-table water excavation in North Dufferin. We know what we've got up here, and no one is going to touch it. It's just that simple. They say they will rehabilitate it to hardy crops, so that could be thorns or trees or whatever. It will never grow tender vegetables again in any meaningful scale.
I think what you have to be wary of when you have a quarry and you dig it out, and especially depending how deep you dig, and once you get below the water table, it seems, according to what I know, that it would be very difficult to restore that area for agriculture. My understanding is that there were some claims that it could be, but I think those claims are questionable.
People recognize the importance of local food to their own health and their own well-being. Fresh is a big deal for good reason. It is not fashionable, it's factual. Foodstock last year in October was put on by NDAC and the Canadian Chefs Congress. Drove 28,000 people to Dave Vanderzag's farm in weather that most people normally would have stayed home. So there's all kinds of good things happening, and people all over the province know that this process now is not just about the mega quarry, but for every community in the province. And you know, that makes you feel really proud and really good. You're going to do something really good. Conducted itself in an extremely courteous, positive, solutions-oriented, democratic way, and it is beholden on decision makers, federally and provincially, to pay attention so that democracy will be strengthened. As a community, you now see farmers and city people talking to each other about important things in life that would have never happened without this. Community has grown far beyond traditional thoughts of community.
Winter 2.1, the Edge, Sam Roberts let me in. It is 4:15. This is an important issue to me because farmland is constantly being overlooked for industrial development, commercial development, but we need food, and this is really valuable farmland, and the food that's being grown there is of top quality. The first time I heard about the quarry, it was over a year ago, and I got into an argument with a listener about the oil sands, and then I played part of that call on the air, and somebody asked me, "You're so upset about the oil sands, why aren't you saying anything about the mega quarry?" And it's like, I don't know about the mega quarry. Please go on. Take a look at how valuable farmland is. Farms feed cities. All you had to do was go eat some soup. That's not hard. I like soup. What a great day.
We're anticipating a huge crowd coming down here today. The more the merrier. There's a lot of soup. Lots of soup to go around.
You are the only one, my everything, and for you this song I sing. All my life, I prayed for someone like you, and I thank God that I finally found you. All my life, I prayed for someone like you, and I hope that you feel the same way too. Yes, I pray that you do love me too. Said I promise to never come.
Soup Stock was a gathering, and that's what I really liked about it. Everybody came out. Dynamite chefs were out there. The amount of people that showed up, pretty impressive.
I was standing out there just cheering along. I could not believe that I could be part of 15,000 people.
I pray for someone like you, and I thank God that I finally found you. All my life, I pray for someone like you.
You know, there was a real big online presence that day. We had it trending, and you know that we know that the company involved, they were paying attention. They were paying attention, and so was the government. You cannot ignore 40,000 people on a public space.
It was such a beautiful event. You know, I get goosebumps thinking about it. I just thought, I just love those people. And you asked me before if I get discouraged. How can you get discouraged when people engage voluntarily where they feel there's such need for civil engagement? You know, it has such reach.
Moment is here and you'll see it. Soft rising sun never
A plan to build a so-called mega quarry north of Toronto has been quashed. Today, the company proposing the project withdrew its application.
Grassroots opposition to the quarry grew into a movement that reached all the way to Toronto. Celebrities joined the fight against it. High-profile events such as Food Stock and Soup Stock drew tens of thousands into signing petitions.
The company behind the proposal issued a statement saying, "The application does not have sufficient support from the community and government to justify proceeding with the approval process."
gotta run away.